1. When teaching a group of RHCE candidates about C Linux management, which instructional method best supports adult learning principles? A. Delivering a lecture on C Linux policies only. B. Using real-world troubleshooting scenarios for C Linux contexts. C. Showing slides with C Linux command syntax. D. Asking learners to read Red Hat documentation silently. 2. In evaluating RHCE learners' understanding of systemd services, which method provides the most accurate assessment of applied knowledge? A. Multiple choice test on service management commands. B. Practical lab where students must configure and restart a service. Oral questioning during class. D. Reviewing written notes from students. 3. During curriculum development for an RHCE preparation course, the instructor ensures each topic aligns with the Red Hat exam objectives. This demonstrates A. Formative assessment. B. Backward design approach. C. Peer-based evaluation. D. Inductive learning model. 4. A mentor in a Red Hat training center notices a learner struggles with Ansible syntax. To comply with adult learning theory, the mentor should A. Give the learner additional reading material. B. Assign a project that applies Ansible tasks to a real-world scenario. C. Reteach the topic through a long lecture. D. Reduce the difficulty of the exercises permanently. 5. Regulatory compliance in a Red Hat training facility primarily focuses on A. Ensuring learners complete the RHCE exam in under 2 hours. B. Following Red Hat's certification exam policies and NDA agreements. C. Giving out old exam questions for practice. D. Ignoring course objectives to encourage innovation. 6. What is the most effective way to evaluate whether RHCE learners can configure networking services properly? A. Ask them to write the theoretical steps. B. Observe them perform live configuration tasks in a controlled lab. C. Conduct a group discussion on networking concepts. D. Review their written reflection papers. Which of the following best exemplifies formative evaluation in RHCE training? A. Mid-course feedback forms to adjust teaching methods. B. The final Red Hat certification exam. C. Peer review after the training ends. D. Institutional accreditation audit. 8. When creating a curriculum for RHCE, the inclusion of role-based scenarios mainly helps in A. Reinforcing memorization. B. Enhancing conceptual retention and practical skill application. C. Reducing assessment workload. D. Increasing written test difficulty. 9. An RHCE instructor models how to troubleshoot boot issues before learners attempt it themselves. This aligns with which instructional theory? Constructivism. Behaviorism. C. Social learning theory. D. Cognitive dissonance theory. To ensure fair assessment during RHCE lab simulations, evaluators should primarily focus on A. The learner's speed. B. The correctness and functionality of configurations. C. The neatness of command line output. D. How confident the learner appears. 11. In adult learning for RHCE, self-directed learning is promoted by giving learners independent access to virtual machines for practice. B. Requiring them to memorize commands. C. Forcing all learners to use the same lab sequence. D. Restricting experimentation to avoid system errors. 12. Which feedback technique is most effective for RHCE trainees struggling with file permissions? A. Criticizing the errors publicly. B. Providing immediate, constructive, and private feedback. C. Waiting until the end of the module to give feedback. D. Asking peers to correct their mistakes without supervision. 13. Which curriculum design component ensures RHCE lessons meet learners' professional needs? A. Aligning modules with workplace system administration tasks, including unrelated IT theory topics. C. Using outdated Red Hat objectives. D. Reducing lab exercises to save time. 14. A good mentoring strategy for RHCE learners involves A. Encouraging reflective journaling after each lab. B. Giving them all the correct answers. C. Focusing only on exam dumps. D. Avoiding technical discussions. 15. The most valid summative evaluation for RHCE readiness is A. An oral quiz on Linux concepts. B. A comprehensive hands-on practical exam simulating Red Hat environments. C. A written multiple-choice test. A peer evaluation survey. 16. Which instructional approach best addresses diverse learning styles in RHCE classes? A. Combining visual diagrams, command line demonstrations, and discussion. B. Relying only on text-based handouts. C. Using only lecture-based delivery. D. Ignoring learning differences. 17. During curriculum development, outcome statements for RHCE should be A. Observable and measurable. B. Broad and philosophical. C. Ambiguous and interpretive. D. Excluded from lesson plans. 18. When mentoring an RHCE candidate, what method best fosters professional growth? A. Setting collaborative learning goals and self-assessment checkpoints. B. Completing all tasks for the learner. C. Allowing the learner to skip reflection. D. Avoiding constructive criticism. 19. Effective communication in RHCE instruction involves A. Clear, structured technical explanations with opportunities for clarification. B. Fast-paced demonstrations without pauses. C. Providing answers without discussion. D. Overloading learners with jargon. 20. The most ethical method of preparing RHCE learners for certification is A. Teaching only using legitimate Red Hat courseware. B. Sharing leaked exam questions. C. Allowing open book cheating to reduce anxiety. D. Avoiding Red Hat objectives to keep training informal. 21. An instructor checks each learner's progress through lab monitoring software. This is an example of A. Continuous evaluation. B. Peer assessment. C. Regulatory auditing. D. Summative testing. 22. When revising RHCE training materials, integrating recent rhel updates is an example of A. Curriculum alignment. Overcomplication. C. Theory-based isolation. Static design. 23. A learner fails to configure a firewall correctly. The instructor asks guiding questions to help them self-correct. This demonstrates A. Coaching and scaffolding. B. Punitive correction. C. Memorization technique. D. Direct reteaching. 24. Which assessment method best evaluates collaborative problem-solving skills in RHCE learners? A. Group troubleshooting labs. B. Individual written exams. Timed recall tests. D. Command syntax memorization. In RHCE curriculum planning, constructive alignment ensures A. Learning outcomes, activities, and assessments are interconnected. B. Lessons are unrelated to exam standards. C. Outcomes are hidden from learners. D. Only the final exam matters. 26. When providing peer mentoring in RHCE study groups, which behavior is most effective? A. Encouraging mutual respect and equal participation. B. Dominating all discussions. C. Sharing unauthorized exam content. D. Ignoring feedback. Regulatory compliance requires RHCE instructors to A. Follow Red Hat exam integrity and proctoring rules. B. Provide unrestricted access to exam materials. C. Allow students to use test simulators with real questions. D. Skip verification of identities. Adult learners in RHCE programs prefer A. Problem-centered instruction over content-centered lectures. B. Passive listening to lectures. Memorization without context. D. Minimal interaction. 29. Effective evaluation rubrics in RHCE practical labs should include A. Criteria for accuracy, efficiency, and troubleshooting. B. Only spelling and grammar. C. Learner popularity. D. Attendance alone. 30. When facilitating learning, an RHCE instructor can promote autonomy by A. Allowing learners to select their own lab focus areas. B. Assigning identical projects to all learners. C. Restricting lab access. D. Providing all answers. 31. Which technique enhances retention for adult RHCE learners? A. Repetition through applied practice and reflection. B. Memorization without use. C. Skipping practice to save time. D. Sole reliance on theoretical notes. 32. A formative assessment in RHCE training would be A. Checking learners' progress during configuration tasks. B. The Red Hat certification exam. C. A quarterly performance review. D. A final project report. 33. Effective communication during troubleshooting demonstrations requires A. Step-by-step verbalization of each command. Silent execution. C. Reading long manuals aloud. D. Avoiding learner interaction. 34. When designing RHCE labs, using real server environments helps to A. Reinforce practical skill transfer. B. Reduce engagement. C. Focus only on rote learning. Simplify exams artificially. 35. Ethical mentorship for RHCE candidates includes A. Guiding without compromising test security. B. Sharing confidential exam questions. C. Allowing plagiarism. D. Ignoring honesty policies. 36. Adult learners in RHCE training often value A. Immediate application of concepts to real-world systems. Passive theory sessions. Inconsistent expectations. D. Irrelevant examples. 37. A post-training evaluation survey in RHCE courses primarily measures A. Learner satisfaction and perceived effectiveness. B. Exam cheating frequency. C. Instructor bias. D. Course attendance only.